Bonus. Bonus.
Made up movies, bonus features. Oh yeah.
Bonus. Bonus.
Made up movies, bonus features. Oh
Yeah. Bonus. Bonus.
Made up movies, bonus features. Oh yeah.
Bonus. Bonus.
Made up movies, bonus features.
Alert searching for immigrants. Alert. Alert searching. Alert searching. Have you found the offending immigrants? None found. Shooting mannequin. You killed that mannequin good. That was cool. Immigrant not found. Immigrant not found.
Hey everybody, welcome to Made Up Movies bonus features. We're currently at the Mammoth video, but things aren't as nice as they usually are.
They're not going well.
Sort of,
It's not
they're
going
not
well.
going well. They're not going well. We're currently living Terminator 2 style, Rise of the Machines, dystopian scenario. I don't know if you can hear this outside, but we're hiding in the vents.
We're Anne Franking it. We're Anne Franking it so hard.
I don't know if we can say that.
Sure
but
we
yes.
can. We're Anne Franking it.
We are hiding in the vents in the video store because hey, you know what? We're also kind of unhappy mealing it.
Yeah, we're unhappy. We're unhappy meal and Anne Frank. We're heroes.
We're heroes in a way, but apparently they don't like it when they've got like trans-dimensional interlopers.
In a very different
here.
way, they're mad that we're stealing from their Mammoth videos. They're pretty pissed.
Because we're not citizens.
Yeah.
They say
We don't
we're not
contribute
just allowed to
anything.
pop in and out.
Yeah.
Like Rick and Morty style. We have to like get documentation and stuff.
So we have to get a job. We have to get a job for 80 hours a week if we want all this free stuff.
Or just go to the government center and get an ID card, but I don't want to fucking
That's
do
too
that.
much work. I don't want to do that. I don't want an ID card. You know how long those
Fuck
lines
this.
are?
We just come over. We pop over here for 4 to 6 hours.
We're barely
a day,
here. We're
and-
barely
and-
here.
and-
We
and
take some
we're
drugs.
barely here.
We take some cats, and we take some. It's not a big deal.
I do have a big tab at the bar in here too.
You
They
said
have
you
an
would pay
Applebee's
it.
in
You'll
here.
pay it eventually.
It's a tab.
It's a tab. That's what
it's
a tab
implied
is.
that I'll pay it.
Yeah.
Oh shit! The robots are coming by.
Gosh.
I can feel it.
Submit yourself for extermination. All immigrants must be found and destroyed.
Alrighty. Well, here's my government ID card there.
I am scanning your government ID card, and it seems that you will be destroyed. Destroyed.
No!
Our mission is complete. Blasting off into orbit for exciting space sequence. Space travel.
Okay.
God.
I
Did
think
they
think we're safe.
Did they just kill that guy? Did they just kill that
Yeah,
Canadian
they just
sounding
killed that
immigrant?
guy. So, oh, it sounds like, yeah, they just killed some guy. So I think we're safe. Let's get out of here. They're still gonna be searching for I guess the Kolar one because that guy sounded nice and more like me, I guess.
Yeah.
So, let's
Wait,
go.
what? Wait,
let's
what
go
you
search.
you think I'm in trouble?
No, I just thought like the guy that they killed sounded like a nice, like Canadian style nice guy. So it's probably the me of the group.
I don't
And
think
they're
that. I think
probably
they just
looking
kill
for,
indiscriminately. I think there was like the first person that passed them. I don't
No, I think there was a theme there, and like they're probably looking for like some like Dorcas Malorcas, like piece of shit, a cynical,
Okay.
just does bits all the time.
All right, this
and
is
trying to be
rude.
serious with them.
This is rude. This is a little rude and revealing. And as we're fighting for our lives, it's not.
I'm just saying. I mean, if there's one time you're gonna have a heart to heart, it's now.
Why
right?
not?
You know, so-
You're being sarcastic. You're being sarcastic.
I'm not being serious. Oh, this is how I feel.
This is how I feel. This is how I feel.
Okay.
I feel like I'm being
Yeah,
attacked.
well,
I feel like I'm being
alright,
attacked.
Okay, we are being attacked. That's
No, but I
all
mean, I
good.
feel
So
like you're
let's-
attacking me in addition to the robots attacking me. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let's get back over to the room, seal ourselves.
They
in
can
our
never.
soundproof
They wouldn't break
vault.
into a room, right? That seems.
No, I don't. I mean, this room. I mean, it does have a translucent glass door.
Yeah, but they're not going to interrupt somebody's movie. They're not monsters.
Yeah, they're not monsters. They're murderous robots,
Yeah.
so that should be fine. Anyway, I found this movie inside the vent. I think someone
weird.
jammed it in there. It's got like a note on it. Says "Too stupid, do not open or watch." So I thought we could watch this.
What about that note? All right, whatever. Never mind. It's fine.
I don't. I mean, I felt like all that Neil Breen and all the stuff we normally watch is pretty, it fits. So whatever.
Neil Breen has an Oscar in this universe. That.
Neil Breen is the mayor of Nebraska in this. And Nebraska's just one city now because Omaha grew too large. So it's a whole thing. Anyway, this movie I think you're gonna like. It's called Secret Draculas.
Okay.
The premise is that a beautiful but sexy scientist uncovered. That's what it says on the back.
Okay, sorry.
It says she's beautiful but sexy.
Okay.
Yeah, not butt sexy.
Oh, okay, beautiful, but also sexy.
Like my short-lived '80s workout video craze that I participated in. Butt sexy. That was when I was using that ass blaster machine to really make my glutes pop.
Yeah, it was just squats, right? Thousands of squats at a time.
Yeah, but they made you put this device between your cheeks to really get butt
Blast
sexy.
your ass. Okay.
Yeah, it was later found out that the device caused cerebral hemorrhages somehow, but that's like a lot of stuff from the 80s. You think it's fun, but then it causes health problems.
People
later.
love that nostalgic 80s stuff, but it's bad for you.
It's like by the way, it's like kind of like all the coke and stuff you were doing last time.
No, that's like cool stuff from the 80s, like cell phones and cocaine.
You're still clutching that bag. I'm realizing I didn't see while we were in the vents.
I am very tense. I think that coke all sifted to the bottom of the drugs, and I've just been doing coke.
This is like a Halloween candy bag, and you've just got it. And you're slowly nibbling on it throughout the rest.
I also went back a bunch of times while you weren't looking. So
this is why we probably got tipped off. They were
because we're doing drugs. Because we're doing drugs in the alternate dimension. I don't think so. I think it's because they're
no. It's because they didn't. They probably heard us giggling really loudly about how we're getting away with it the entire time.
We were pretty upfront about it. It's funny that we're getting away with stuff. We're like, it's just stealing. We're stealing.
Do you remember that guy stealing?
I love this universe, and I don't want to pay for anything, and I don't want to get an ID card. Being off the grid makes me feel so badass.
Yeah, but maybe we should just be cooler about it. I'm just saying. I mean, we don't have to. We could just.
I'm doing cocaine. That's cool as you get. That's as cool as you get.
Okay, so Secret Draculas, a beautiful but sexy scientist uncovers a conspiracy that suggests 1 in 4 people are secret Draculas. Not vampires, but
Draculas. Okay. Interesting.
And on the cover is a woman shrieking, and then there's 6 Draculas
around her. Looks like they're mocking her.
It's painted like a 1930s
she's
horror
hula
film.
hooping. Why is she hula hooping?
I guess. Well, I don't know. There's a little cross on the hula hoop. Is it a protect? Let's just watch this. We gotta get into. All right, let's gleam the cube and sticking it in here. Okay, there we go. Okay, and flick. Whoa.
Interesting.
Slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find a better place to play? Doesn't this remind you of Oasis?
Yeah, it does. I don't know why.
Yeah, I have no clue.
It's
They're
a whole vibe.
Oasis?
It's a whole vibe.
Yeah, it's just a whole vibe. Man, that really takes me back to when we used to be rock stars fighting on stage all the time. Okay, that's enough of this film.
I think it was all the sunglasses there. There was a lot of sunglasses that movie made that.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, that's the one thing she should really just start. I mean, she does at some point recognize, but it takes her a long time to recognize that everyone wearing sunglasses during the day is probably one of the secret Draculas.
Right. Yeah.
Well, not vampires. You made a rookie.
Oh,
mistake,
sorry. Draculas.
They're Draculas.
I don't. Do they even say vampire once? I think she only says Dracula.
No. It's like one of those stupid zombie movies where they call them chewers or something. And they're like, oh no, chewers. We've never heard of anything like this in our popular
they're gonna
culture.
chew me up and spit me out. These dang chewers.
Watch out for these walkers or chewers.
These
or crawlers
undead
or
chew babies. They're gonna chew me up.
Chew babies. These Chewbacca's are coming right for us.
Teeth monsters. teeth.
What is that thing? Why do they do that in every single thing? They're like
zombie copywritten? Is it does
No, it's not. It's
does
used
Don the
all
Dead
the
guy
time.
own the copyright to?
I don't think so. I don't think he does.
I think it's to try to differentiate, but it makes it just sound really stupid.
They're all the same anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I understand if they literally are clickers and have like unique characteristics, then it's like, okay, sure.
Sometimes they're fast, Matt. Sometimes they're pretty fast.
Yeah, but in that case, those are zombies, right?
Yeah, fast zombies. I call them fastos.
What was that movie? 28 Days Later?
Yeah, they said,
right?
watch out for all the fastos coming to get us.
Fasto is coming to get us?
Yeah, they're so fast.
And Talkie, the talking bus?
Oh,
To
reference.
high school.
You guys had to be there in German class 20-odd years ago.
Well, actually, what's weird is that the animated series we made up about our German class experience is a real movie.
What?
In this universe. Yeah, I put it on my list. My
Wait.
later.
Are we successful in this universe? I mean, more successful.
No.
More successful. Sorry.
This universe, it's based off the life experiences of Matt Stone and Trey Parker, so it's much better and much funnier. None of the satire actually pans out, but it feels like, since it's speaking to what you already believe, that it's really accurate.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway,
I'm gonna look myself up. I'm gonna look myself up. I think
I wouldn't do that. It's like Back to the Future. You shouldn't Google yourself in the alternate dimension.
All right,
I already looked myself up. I was gonna bring him on a main feed episode because he's pretty cool, but I don't want to spoil it.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. Are you gonna look yourself up?
I'm looking myself up right now. And
Okay,
I died. I'm dead. I'm just dead.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you that. I looked you up a while back. That's why I didn't want
Cocaine overdose? That's not cool.
Wow, what a strange and ironic punishment.
That's weird that someone like me would die of a cocaine overdose.
Fuck, you were 14.
I was
Holy
14.
shit.
Man, when did we make the show? When we were teenagers? That's awesome.
Yikes.
Really peaked hard in high school. That's cool.
Yeah, you were much cooler in high school than then.
Seriously.
You played Henry Higgins in Pygmalion? Fuck this universe.
I probably was really good at memorizing lines because of all the cocaine I was doing.
What
memorizing
did I play?
lines, and then I'm tapping my nose.
Stage manager. This universe is fucked.
It's weird they have an IMDb for high school theater in this universe.
This universe is really put together. Their wikis are off the charts.
A wiki
Also,
for everyone.
Walsh Jesuit High School is a mega corporation now.
That makes sense.
Jesuit Co. It destroys Microsoft in this universe.
So
That's why we have
strange.
these instead of Xboxes, we have Jezza boxes, which are just like very Christian Xboxes. And
same games though.
same games, and the X logo is just a cross instead. But it's
are all X's just crosses if you really think about it?
Yeah, Halo's the same, except everyone has actual Halos in this one. They're angels in that, but they still use guns because it's still America, right?
Yeah. Still
to
American,
get the
baby.
kids involved somehow.
I mean, we just saw a Canadian get murdered by a robot. If anything, it's more American than ever.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if we can call this our America here. It's like it's basically a socialist paradise,
Yeah.
But except for the the murder robots.
You give and take, It's like not what can be. Not everything.
Yeah.
You can't have a utopia.
Yeah, you're hot, then you're cold.
Yeah.
You're yes, then you're no. You're left, then you're right. Katy Perry knows what she's talking about, as usual. Yeah, so let's talk about Secret Draculas. So this beautiful yet sexy scientist, her name is Sandra.
Sandra butt sexy. That's what I call her.
Wow. Okay, let's not.
I'm
not
sorry.
Sexualize the lead of this movie.
The back plot of this movie sexualized her. It wasn't me.
Yeah, okay. Just because this movie
The
has
synopsis
many scenes
is the one who
where she
sexualized.
trips over and her butt and underwear are showing doesn't mean we should sexualize her. She's a scientist.
I didn't say
She
she's
is
not a
a
scientist.
lady scientist.
She's beautiful but sexy. That's what the synopsis said.
Yeah, it sort of reminded me of Fascinato in that they never complimented her intellect.
No.
They're like, well, I guess if a scientist is that beautiful, if you know your way around a makeup palette, you surely know a way around all these Bunsen burners and so forth. Take a graduated cylinder with you, sexy. Like, they're constantly sexualizing her.
I was wondering, was it just the like the Dracula's way of like avoiding the topic of being Draculas to sexualize it?
I mean, yeah, Draculas are sort of known for glamoring their victims, right? Like making them into thralls by seducing them. But it also seemed like the one or two non-Draculas in this movie, or people who didn't yet get revealed to be Draculas, were also doing
secret
it.
Draculas.
So I don't.
Yeah,
secret Draculas who have been undraculized, as they say in this film. So basically, her work as a scientist allows her to create later in the movie a Draxine, I guess she calls it, which she injects into the Draculas to turn some of them into regular humans again. But because they have a tendency to Draculate, they do re-Draculate on occasion.
I hate the words you're using, but they did use all these words in this movie. What you're saying is accurate to the movie.
Draculate,
re-Draculate, undraculate. Draculafication. It's all.
Yeah, I mean, it's science, so it's a science movie. This was again a weird choice for Steven Soderbergh to direct with his sort of like hyper realistic 8mm style shooting of this movie, but I liked it. It brought a. I've noticed that in this dimension, a lot of directors direct things in a way that is. They pick films that they might not have picked in our universe.
Yeah.
It's almost like some sort of wacky bit.
I think the film industry is subsidizing this universe, which is why there's so many more movies, and Mammoth is so huge because most of it's subsidized by taxpayers like us. Not.
You know. Oh shit! Wait. So movies are. Oh shit!
Yeah.
No wonder they're pissed at us because all we do is watch.
We just watch movies for free that we did not pay for or help make. That's why the credit sequences are so long, because they have to thank most of America.
Oh yeah, it's like when a video game has like a Patreon or Patreon rewards.
Just
still can't say it right. Yeah, they're just like thousands of names, and it's like. Alphabetized. Here are all the A's, and you're like, skip.
There I am. Scamperson.
Scamperson. Yeah, I mean, okay, so she's basically a scientist, and she works at a lab, and she's trying to come up with a cure for AIDS, I guess.
Yeah.
Is the idea.
It was AIDS, yeah.
So she's like, but like these weird, strange occurrences keep happening. Bats keep breaking through the windows of her laboratory, and knocking over all of the equipment.
Yeah.
Because I guess bats don't like AIDS research. You've heard it here first.
Yeah, there you go. Now we know. Bats are pro-AIDS.
Bats are pro-AIDS.
Yeah.
And so she's like, ugh, these damn bats. Dr. Sandra. Wait, what was her last name? It wasn't Bernhardt. I know it wasn't.
Sandra Bernhardt, the scientist.
Was it? She doesn't say her last name a lot, but she works for the Live Well Institute, which I thought was really fucked. Because it just seems like a little on the nose. She wasn't Dr. Live Well, was she?
Yeah, she was. She was Dr. Live Well.
No way. Yeah. IMDb that shit.
I am. That's what I was looking at. IMDb. Dr. Live Well.
Sandra Livewell. Spoiler alert, she does not live well. She is terrorized by Draculas throughout this film. She's trying to figure out, so like one of these bats crashes through the glass, and it gets stabbed through the heart by like a massive splinter.
Right, and it untransforms, unbattleizes. I don't even know what it means.
It undraculates in front of her.
It undraculates into a Dracula.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. It unbatifies into a Dracula.
Yeah, that's it.
So once it de-Draculates itself, post-Draculizing, it like de-Draculafies its own Dracunize? Is that?
I don't even know.
Right?
I feel like I'm having a stroke.
The Drac Pack is back. Is basically what I'm saying. The boys are back in town.
Boys are Drac in town. Yeah, there it is.
That's such a good tagline for this movie too. The boys are Drac in town.
I love it.
The boys are Dragon Town. So yeah, the bat like gets splintered on some wood from like the window frame or something, and like or the desk. I don't know what happens, but it's like it's flying around breaking a bunch of stuff. Maybe it was a part of the microscope stand. I'm not sure what the deal is, but it gets a stake through the heart. And it turns into a vampire.
What'd you call it? What'd you say?
I made a rookie mistake. A Dracula.
Oh, okay,
because
thank you.
To be clear, all of the Draculas in this movie, or a vast majority of them, look like Bela Lugosi Dracula. Right. They don't look like cool Robert Pattinson.
I mean, they wear sunglasses a lot of them, which is cool, but it's not like they're not sexy, just teens. It's not sexy.
Well,
teenagers.
before they Dracufy, they do.
Yeah.
I guess there are a bunch of. Yeah, but they're also, a lot of them are wearing those stupid Gary Oldman Dracula, steampunk sunglasses, and dancing around with canes. There are a couple Bram Stoker's Draculas in there with the big bouffant hair.
Right. I mean, that's a good look for vampires too, Draculas too. So I get it.
Yeah, it's a good look, but all it leads to is them transforming into werewolves and having sex with chicks in a graveyard. Doesn't make any sense.
Boy.
The Keanu Reeves cameo in this movie made the least sense because they're calling him and he's reprising his character from that 1990s.
He takes the train. He takes a train in, and it's like basically the same scene of from the first scene in Dracula. It's really weird.
Yeah, but he's still doing his fucked up British accent.
Yeah, he's like, it's the worst accent he's ever done. It's bad.
Dr. Sandra, I know you are so sexy yet beautiful, but I can't help you because I too am a Dracula.
Then he says, he's a Dracula. That's the reveal. That's the reveal. He's a Dracula.
I think he had like a hard out that shooting day, and so they just CGI'd him out and just put that same Dracula actor, who does look like Bela Lugosi.
A
lot. He does. I mean, to be fair. But yeah, so to cut back to the beginning, so she sees this vampire, this bat become a vampire and suddenly die.
Will you stop fucking saying vampire, dude?
Oh shit!
Are you a rookie? Is this your first day on the Dracula job?
Oh my god! I'm not a rookie. I'm a real person. She has a sexy way of walking, a sexy but beautiful way of walking. So these vampires.
No!
Correct, right? Damn it! So hard to.
We can just say vampires. It's fine. Let's just say vampires.
This is part of the. No, I mean, I refuse. These vampires. Fuck! These Draculators.
Dracpires.
These Draculas. So she sees a Dracula appear and disappear and turn to dust, but she's got this dust on the floor of her lab. And she says, quoting Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland, she's like, "Curiouser and curiouser." And she scoops up some of like the sparkly dust into like a test tube.
At first I thought like the vampires were trying to stop AIDS research, but I think it was more
Draculas.
Oh, sorry.
God damn it.
Sorry. The Draculas are trying to stop AIDS research. I thought they were against I thought they wanted, but I think it was just that they knew she was on to them or creating a solution to kill all Draculas or cure all Draculas.
Yeah, I think the thing is that her AIDS research is bunk. Like, she's never going to cure AIDS because she sucks at being a scientist.
She's not a good scientist.
But
sexy.
But she's so beautiful yet sexy, of course she's going to attract vampire attention because they want thralls. They want hot, sexy thralls that pull Keanu Reeves types into a big red bed.
Plus, it's like, if she's a scientist, she's got looks and brains. That's perfect for vampires. That's like a vampire's favorite things.
Right, but she doesn't have brains.
No, but I'm saying,
brains,
but they think
drink
she's.
Lungs
I'm saying
blood is held.
They think she's a scientist, even though she is a scientist.
Right. They see, that's one thing about Draculas is they give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
They don't prejudge, except like. I mean, they do often say, "What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets."
Sure.
So they don't like men very much because they're full of miserable little piles.
Well, I don't think men blood tastes as good as lady blood.
Oh my god! Even in real life.
What? What'd you say? Oh yeah, just like in real life. But
anyway, the important thing is that
better than dog blood. Med blood is better than dog blood, though. Don't drink dog blood.
Oh my god! Don't get me started on dog blood and that sexy little baby croc blood. Now that we're on Patreon, I can say I meant it. I want to fuck those baby crocs.
Oh my god.
I've been watching. Now you can really go to town on Mitch McConnell too, because they have to pay to say it. So,
I'm over it.
They're already on our side.
I'm over it. I think he's cool now.
Well, yeah, in this dimension he's cool.
Oh yeah, this dimension's really cool.
To kill us.
He supports socialism. He sponsored most of the he sponsored most of the bills to make film accessible to the masses. He's a cool guy in this dimension.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, before film it was like, oh, you have to pay $10. Fuck this. No one would go.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Mitch McConnell in this universe is totally cool. He's like sort of a Beto-esque figure.
Yeah.
He wears like a sideways ball cap. He looks exactly the same.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
He still looks like Yertle the Turtle, but he does kick flips all the time, and he skates into Congress.
And his
catchphrase is "Later, Holmes."
It's so cool. But I bought a T-shirt. Did you see my T-shirt?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's weird that you lifted up your shirt to show me your Mitch McConnell. To show me. It's like your overshirt to show me your undershirt, which has a Mitch McConnell. And in the picture of Mitch McConnell, he's also lifting up his shirt, but just to show his nipples.
It's like a shirt that never
what
is.
Is that?
It's like a what? The nipple rings?
No, yeah, the nipple rings, but he's got a NoFX.
Oh yeah, he's
tattoo.
He's punk rock as fuck, dude. It's cool. He's like anarchy. He's an anarchy. He loves it.
That's pretty cool.
He's cool.
Yeah, I like this. I like this punk rock Mitch McConnell that you've got going in this universe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care for his death robots so much, but I mean, that's
it's give and take, man.
Like
it's once again, it's give and take. It's like
it's cruel to be kind.
It's
in the
cruel
right
to be
measure,
kind. Yeah.
You know?
What is more punk rock than getting murdered by a robot? Honestly,
what's more punk rock than Katy Perry?
And
her delicious blood.
What?
Nothing.
Tastes
good.
Did you kill and steal Katy Perry's blood?
I'm not a secret Dracula.
Are you a secret Dracula, man? Would you tell me if you were a secret Dracula?
Anyway.
Why'd you hesitate? You hesitated for so long.
Look, dude, that vein in your neck is popping.
It's because of all the cocaine. I've been doing cocaine for so long. I can barely breathe.
I know, but it's very blue and like it looks like, I don't know, like delicious pixie stick or something.
Well, that's insane. That sounds like something a secret Dracula would say for sure.
No, it's vampire. I mean, Dracula.
Oh boy,
I'm a secret. That's not important. What's important is
I've
that
got a secret.
Hey, stop quoting Professor Potato at me. We all know how Professor Potato sounds. It's me, Professor Potato.
And I've got a secret for you.
I miss him so much. What a great character. I love that guy. I love that guy to death. Buy the merch today. Bring him back.
Professor Potato skateboarding with a Mitch McConnell t-shirt merch.
Yeah, right. Professor McConnell. That's what I learned. Mitch McConnell of this universe played Professor Potato. That's how cool he is.
Man, he's a good voice actor. That's cool.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
It's not like his voice in our universe, which just sounds like somebody's trying to chew a Jolly Rancher and not getting it down.
And I'm going to destroy America because I'm a piece of shit.
I don't have a clear agenda, but the Democrats are trying to unfairly punish our president. Sounds like you're slowing down. You're like doing what I did as a kid with a record player and just like slowly.
If you played it backwards, I'm sure he'd be praying to Satan.
I'm a secret Dracula. What did he just say?
He said, I'm a secret Dracula. Oh.
Let me hear that again. I'm a secret Dracula. No, I'm not. I'm okay. Huh. Oh, okay. So it's a little bit of gaslighting there on the end, but otherwise,
here we are.
So what did you think of the romantic plot line in this movie? She's got this
between her and the person who turns out to be a secret Dracula.
Yeah, I mean everyone basically turns out to be a secret Dracula in this movie. But I mean there is a guy, and he's sort of like Matt Murdock in Daredevil. He's like a blind guy with a cane, and it was the guy. It's Breckin Meyer, dude. What are you talking about? Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just saying he's
Oh,
blind.
yeah.
His character is blind.
Yeah,
I'm
his
not
character-
saying that. I'm not saying Brecken is blind.
Oh, okay. That's not what you're saying. I'm saying it's played by Breckin Meyer. That blind guy is played by Breckin.
Yeah. Right. It's not played by the Daredevil guy. It's played by Brecken Meyer.
Yeah.
But his character is blind, and he's got a cane, but he's wearing the sunglasses. You find out later that he's using the sunglasses that would cover his eyes up as also a way of hiding the fact that he is a secret Dracula.
Yeah.
And I found it pretty charming throughout the movie. The problem is not that so many people are secret. Okay, I'm going to say the word vampire, but only to make a point of comparison.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. You know how in Buffy, when someone's a vampire...
Dracula!
Become...
Oh, sorry.
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
You got me.
I forgot what
got
you
me
just
with
said.
that. You got me with that one. I set you up for that so good, and you still nailed it, and I didn't even see it. I don't know how I got it. Okay. But, like in some films... when a person gets bit and they become the word that shall not be named,
Voldemort.
they become like they become a Voldemort. Let's just say Voldemort instead of vampire because but let's say Voldemort instead. When they become a Voldemort, they become like the cool, sexy version of that. Like they might grow fangs and have like cat eyes or something, or get spikier hair, or like wear gother outfits. But they're basically a sexier version of themselves.
Yeah, it's like the Urkel thing where he becomes a Stefan.
He becomes Stefan.
Yeah.
Stefan is basically a Voldemorted form.
Yeah.
No way you could be confused listening to this episode.
No, there's no way.
Not
I
a
think
chance.
I think it's pretty easy to follow.
Mitch McConnell is a secret turtle, Beta O'Rourke, Dracula, Mr. Peanut, Potato-y.
We're just gonna start listing words for the rest of this episode.
This is all lore. Write it down on the wiki. All of this lore is important. It's gonna come back later.
Somebody write it down because
somebody write it down. Is anyone writing down this lore? Where's the show Bible for this show?
Seriously.
So I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, but I'm saying that there's in most Voldemort movies, when you become a Voldemort, you become the sexy version. But in this film, everyone becomes like some variation of a classic movie Dracula, which just completely they vary from like Bela Lugosi to Gary Oldman to like the Count from Sesame Street,
right?
And like it totally changes their character. So when the romantic lead of the film, it goes from this like nice, soft-spoken, charming, blind Brecken Meyer to I'm Dracula. Yeah. I was Dracula the whole time. And he starts like flapping his cape and flying around the room. And then it always engages this sequence where she has to find a stake. She never carries them with her. She has to make something into a stake and she's shrieking so much of this movie.
She's screaming. It's like at some point you're no longer surprised that everybody's a secret Dracula, right? You just like with the third secret Dracula, you're like, okay, you're probably a secret Dracula. I'm not gonna be scared again.
Everyone's a fucking secret Dracula.
That's the secret. Is everyone's a secret Dracula.
So yeah, okay. So she's testing the dust she got from the first Dracula. I almost said it. The first Voldemort.
Yeah.
But this Voldemort happens to be a Dracula. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
So she's testing it in her AIDS machine, and this movie is off the rails. And she's testing
AIDS
it.
Machine. I mean, that's what it is. Yeah.
Well, she does have that scene where she's like, "Gosh darn it!"
It looked like the box from that lady who talked like.
It looked exactly like the Theranos blood device.
Box. Yeah.
And she kind of looked like Elizabeth Holmes
a little bit
the entire time. And whenever she would do a speech, she would get up and do the Mitch McConnell voice.
Do you expect me now that I
blood testing?
Talk like this?
Just a drop.
And
if I'll just fuck this old man, then he'll give me some funding again.
But what if it worked?
But what if it worked?
Yeah.
What it presupposes is maybe it does.
Maybe it does. What if it did just splatter blood inside the machine at a high rate and gunk it up immediately?
Yeah, what if it just dripped blood out of it cartoonishly? Like a secret Dracula who had just finished feeding. The Theranos blood machine is the secret Dracula.
Oh my god,
it lives
that's
on blood.
terrifying. What if a robot could become a Dracula? You didn't even think about that.
Well, that's the thing. The robots in this universe, that's why they seemed kind of human. I was reading up on it, and they are fully machine.
Yeah.
But they have been infused with they are infused with the blood of the people they kill.
Is that why they
That's
hoovered up that guy's blood?
Yeah.
What
yeah,
the
exactly.
fuck?
In a way.
I thought they were just
in a way,
cleaning
the
up.
robots- No. I mean, it's a dual purpose, but how do you think it could blast into space so quickly? It's because they are blood machines. They're technically cyborgs.
That's insane.
Despite their big AT-AT design. So, yeah. But yeah, she's testing it. Oh yeah, and she's like testing it in her AIDS machine, her Theranos box. It's a simple handheld device that becomes a box that becomes a larger box that we have to run on our competitors' software or hardware. No big deal.
Give me $5 billion. What's the problem?
Let's do it. She's white.
She's white and she's got a funny voice.
She's blonde and she comes from money.
Come on, she's a dreamer.
She's a dreamer. Not like those immigrant dreamers we send our robots to kill.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I love the scene where she's like working on her AIDS box and she's like and like Elizabeth Holmes, she has an iPod built into her AIDS box so she can jam out to boy band songs.
Well, that's the
while she's
upgraded
working.
model. Yeah.
Yeah, right. She's like, gosh darn it. She doesn't swear. She says gosh darn it a lot in this movie, despite how high stakes.
Holy heck.
Holy heck.
Another Dracula.
She's in
vampire.
biscuits. Did you secret Draculas? Stop secret Draculizing?
Yeah, she's basically Ned Flanders.
Yeah, she's little Lulu. In non-comic. Faith and Begora. I'm Irish now. What? Why does she...
Ugh.
Why is everyone secretly Irish in these movies? Is that it? So she's like... she's working on her AIDS box, and she's like, "Oh, damn it! I've got it all wired backwards." Oh wait, she doesn't say "damn it" because she can't. She's physically.
I think they might have bleeped her.
Yeah, they bleeped her. They bleeped her because it was a bad cut, but they didn't realize it till later.
Yeah.
She should have said, "Gosh darn it!
Gosh darn it!
Gosh darn it!"
They're trying to get that.
wired
They're trying to keep that
backwards.
G rating. I think.
Yeah, it is rated G, despite all the blood.
Well, I guess
guess
when you live in a universe where robots kill on a whim, violence is necessarily shocking to you.
Did you notice that the pedestrians in this universe didn't even rubberneck for a second when
No.
that guy got shot?
They didn't even look around. They're like, one guy yawned. He yawned. I saw him yawn.
How tedious.
This again. I hope I'm not late for market.
I feel like I've spent like 35... I feel like I'm Joe Biden stuttering my way through this one sentence for 45 minutes
Well,
trying
come
to
on,
say...
Joe. Let's finish up. Give us the last two words.
Okay, after I finish this joke, though, you have to say "we did it, Joe" in
Okay.
the Kamala voice.
Okay.
Kamala. She's like, "I've got it wired backwards. And now it's set to give people AIDS, not cure it." And she like slaps her forehead.
We did it, Joe.
Oh no! That's not a
no!
Kamala voice.
Camilla's
That's
a secret
Dracula.
she's
Wait a
a
minute.
Secret Dracula. Oh,
Wait a minute.
no.
Are we both secret Draculas?
I don't know. Maybe we are.
Oh,
All
Galar.
right. Hold up two fingers if you're a secret Dracula, and I'll hold up two fingers if
Okay.
I'm a secret Dracula.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Neither of us did anything, so
Okay.
I think
All right.
we're both trying to play our cards a little bit
Okay.
close
I
to
see
the
what's
chest.
happening. Okay.
Well, why don't you step outside for a second so I can check something into direct sunlight?
I don't really want to because I'm a little chilly.
Yeah, I'm chilly too, so I can't even go watch you.
I don't
Okay,
actually. I left my coat in the vent, so I don't really want to. Sorry.
Hey, why don't you go touch the cross on the Christian Xbox in this room?
It's so far. It's across the room, you know. Why don't you go touch the cross on the festival?
No, I don't want to for another reason. That's similar but different.
That's weird. It's just so far. It's so far I'm sitting, so it's like, you know, it's comfortable to
Okay,
sit.
let's not worry about. Yeah, I think that's one of my biggest problems with this movie is that it was very anti-Secret Dracula.
Yes.
It's like it had some sort of agenda against people who seemed, I don't know, pretty cool.
Pretty cool people through a secret Draculas. And maybe they just want to live their lives as secret Draculas without anybody else finding out.
Yeah, maybe they just want to turn other people into secret Draculas
Yeah.
and maybe suck giant robots clean.
Yeah, maybe they'll
You
just
know,
suck a giant robot clean. Suck them off. Suck them off until there's no blood left in them.
And maybe we were just having a conversation
just
loudly in
having a
the
conversation.
drugstore while getting hopped up
Maybe.
about how great it is to be a secret Dracula. And suddenly we get reported.
I wonder, you know what? I wonder if that movie was in the vents because it turns people into secret Draculas.
I did feel a surge of power as soon as I touched the box
Yeah,
and then immediately handed it to you. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this movie cursed?
I
Is this our
I
first
blacked out
cursed
for a
film?
second and I thought I was reborn as something, but
It's probably just the wind or
maybe
cat
it's-
or
maybe
something.
it's
That's
just-
the way it always is in the horror movies.
you think it's just a cat?
Yeah, it's just a cat or the wind. Yeah, there's a cat cafe, so it's probably just a cat or
Yeah, maybe.
you know someone's looking in the mirror and then they close the mirror and then they see a Dracula in the mirror. It's a normal horror stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
Just the wind. So anyway, we should get back to the plot of this. So Dr. Sandra discovers that even though her device is bad, it gives people AIDS. The AIDS that it gives people is the cure to stopping Draculas. AIDS can actually, because it affects the blood, it can actually stop vampires from being vampires and return them back into people. Admittedly, people who now have AIDS because you gave them
Right,
gave
but
it to them.
AIDS is basically cured at this point anyway, so it's not.
Well,
a big deal.
she's like, well, the first problem is that they're Draculas.
Right.
We'll cure the AIDS later if we have
Right.
time.
Yeah, they just gotta take prep, and then they'll be fine.
So yeah, it's a little convoluted, but she comes up with a way to stop them being Draculas.
Yeah.
And and based on she notices in this powder basically that that came from the dead Dracula that you know she tests a bit of her own blood and she's like, wait, I don't have this quality, but it is in trace amounts in other people's blood that I have in my blood box that I've collected over the years.
Yeah, so that's how she figures out that it's 1 in 4 people based on her
exactly
based on her very small sample size of people.
Yeah, which actually makes sense in a way because
Kinda.
it turns out to be kind of higher than that.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
later.
it's a little higher.
So this movie then, I mean, we're talking the first 30 minutes here, but like it's then devolves into a pattern of trope scenes in which Dr. Sandra goes to like officials.
Yeah,
And
constantly
she
goes to
like-
officials to let them know about the problem of secret vampires.
She goes to the head, even though she's like Dr. Livewell, she goes to the guy who's giving her funding, who's like this famous tech billionaire, and he's sort of like a smug Tony Stark type, but
Yeah.
just like not obviously not without like Robert Downey Jr. chops. And he's like
Well, they just have him pull up in a Maserati, and then he's like, it's kind of just like a dick.
yeah, he's just a dick. And he's wearing sunglasses, so you think, oh, he's just being cool, like Tony Stark. They go into the office, they do a walk and talk, he invites her into the office. You think he's gonna seduce her.
Yeah.
He's like he's got one of those like crystal decanters, like Mad Men style, and is pouring her a scotch. And she like has some of the scotch and she's like, oh, it burns. And it's like he starts to laugh at her. It's like a really weird trope scene. Yeah, he can't stop laughing, and she starts laughing like a Dracula.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you couldn't even have one sip of scotch. One, two,
Yeah.
three.
Yeah, she
And then
starts
he
screeching.
turns- Yeah, And she starts screaming, and he turns in. He's like, well, if your research is correct. She's like, why do you have that strange voice?
She's a secret Dracula lady. Come on.
Every time, if that were true, then even I would be a secret Dracula. And like a poof of smoke appears, and he turns into like the literal Count from Sesame Street, and is flying around the room, and like books and artifacts from his office are like smacking her in the face while she shrieks. There's always like some object she could use as a stake nearby in the room.
Luckily, thank God.
He has like a miniature statue of the Washington Monument.
Yeah.
It's like a wood carving. And she jams it into his heart.
If you're a secret Dracula, how like why would you have a stake around? Like why do anything stake shaped around? Are you just so complacent? They're so complacent as secret Draculas. They're like, nothing can hurt me. I mean, nobody knows.
This will throw them off the scent.
A real Dracula would never have a stake around.
Who would suspect that I am Dracula if I work in the garlic factory?
Just immediately dead.
Yeah, right. This tanning booth is the perfect place for a Dracula to hide. It's just like a coffin.
That's fucking Draculas. So many.
But
so many secret
she
Draculas.
keeps collecting. She always. I don't know where she's keeping this shit, but she always has an uncapped vial that she's constantly scooping dust into. She doesn't label it. She just like puts it in her purse or something. I'm like, the stuff in her bottom of her purse is just covered in Dracula dust.
It's that whole, scientists, they're usually very practical, but she's not. She's a little bit of a mess. She's a little bit of a messy Elizabeth Holmes.
She's a messy bitch, queen.
Okay.
She better work as a scientist.
She does work as a scientist.
Well, not very hard. Uh-oh. That's the T.
The T is she's not a very good scientist, if I'm being honest.
The T is for Transylvania.
Oh boy.
That's one vampire pun. Two vampire puns.
We'll have a list on the bottom every time we do a vampire pun.
So she keeps like she's like leaving his office, and then she meets the Breckenmeyer character who becomes her love interest.
He keeps doing that bit where like, whoa, like a blind person has no control, but he's like clumsy, even though like real blind people are not that clumsy.
Well, the other thing is he gives the fact away that he's not blind. I'm just realizing this now because as she's leaving the office, he like lowers his sunglasses and sees her, and he goes, whoa, and then he starts like really playing up the blind thing and rubbing his cane against her legs.
We know immediately that he's not blind, so it's like we suspect him, but for some reason she does not. She's just too trusting.
I thought he was just a con artist playing.
I thought she was just a guy pretending to be blind because he was interested in me. What's the problem?
Yeah, I thought he was like Maggie Lizer on Arrested Development or something. So yeah, he's like patting her up like being really inappropriate,
clumsily charming. Oh, is that a leg? Yeah, it's a leg.
I'm sorry, I thought it was a very sexy dog.
So stupid. Thank you, but I'm a lady.
She just got out of a near-death situation, but is somehow charmed by his sexual harassment immediately.
I thought you were a sexy dog, he says.
He's like, hey, is that millionaire guy ready for my meeting? I've got a bridge in Tibet I want to sell him, which I don't understand what that meant.
I don't know what that meant.
But she's like, no, I don't think he'll be ready for a while because he's in this vial. She holds up. He's like, what? Maybe we should get some coffee and talk about whatever just happened in there. And she like brushes the hair away from her ear, and she's like, sure. Like it's suddenly in romantic comedy mode.
Yeah. So weird.
And then they do these like long pan Hallmark shots to music as they're at a cafe.
They're having a long conversation at the cafe and laughing.
Yeah, it's like, well, didn't you just fight a fucking Dracula? What is happening right
Maybe
now?
she has no short-term memory, and that's why she's so flighty.
And then they have that conversation, and I was like, wow, a scientist. I wouldn't expect that from someone with such beautiful but sexy model good looks.
Thanks.
And she's like, thanks. Thanks. What a great compliment for a woman in the sciences. Also, how can you tell? I thought you were blind. And he's like, well, I can smell beauty.
He's,
You know how your
and
other
he's like,
senses
yeah,
get
you
heightened?
can smell it. And he's like, oh, and sometimes when it rains, I can see. And it's like, well, that's Daredevil.
That's just Daredevil.
That's just Daredevil, and it'll never
And
rain.
also, that's not a great power, Daredevil, because that just makes you a regular guy when you have.
you can just see.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah, but she
but-
tells him that she tells him about being a secret, about the secret vampires, and he's like, oh, well, I had never suspected
What the
something
fuck
like
did
that.
you just say?
Secret Draculas. Sorry, it's my first day. It's my first day.
It's my first day.
It's my first day of Secret Dracula.
Yeah. She immediately tells this guy.
He
This
does not.
strange con artist
He
dude.
does not act like he acts surprised, but it is the fakest surprise I've ever seen. He's like, oh,
What? Secret Draculas here at this table, perhaps? Never in my land.
I've never heard of such
your
a
land?
crazy thing, but maybe if you think so, because you're beautiful.
Well, I suppose I'll humor you. You are the beautiful but sexy scientist. And yeah, so he's like very much obviously trying to sabotage her research the entire time. It becomes this like weird comedic running gag where he's like, perhaps I should hold the vials for safekeeping.
Oh no, I
And
dropped
good
it because I'm
workers.
blind. It's like, okay, Jesus, Bracken.
Oh, you. If you weren't disabled, I'd think you were trying to sabotage me on purpose.
And then they kiss. Yeah, it's so stupid.
Then they kiss? Yeah, that was really weird. She's like, ow, your teeth are really sharp. He's like, oh, that's because I use Crest White strips.
Yeah.
They really sharpen your teeth through dental strength.
Yeah, that was a
She's like-
weird plug for Crest White strips that I don't think they definitely should have in the last minute because that writing was terrible.
Well, I mean, this is Mitch McConnell produced, and he does like corporate, money. So I'm sure
He's
he
punk
did-
rock, but he's still as corrupt as ever.
He's still Mitch McConnell.
He's still Mitch McConnell. You can take the evil out of Mitch McConnell, but he's still evil as shit.
You can't take the Mitch McConnell out of Mitch McConnell
Yeah.
though. He still wanted that corporate money. I mean, that's pretty normal for modern movies anyway.
Yeah.
Why else would Spider-Man use Bing? There's no reason.
Bing's just a better operating system. Have you ever actually tried Bing?
I know it's good, but even so, it's
No, with
awkward.
Bing's new updated interface, you can search for
Wait a
things way
minute.
easier than Google.
Are you a secret Bing sponsored Dracula?
No. You're crazy. You got it all wrong, man. You got it all wrong. I just think Bing's a better option than some of the other competing search engines. That's all.
Okay, you are blind, so I guess.
Yes.
Wait, when did you get all that blind person stuff, like that cane and so forth?
I always had it. Maybe.
Hey, you're not gaslighting me just because I'm beautiful but sexy, are you?
No, I would never gaslight somebody as beautiful and sexy as you. my
Wow,
dear.
thanks.
So
All right, back to stopping this global conspiracy.
So easy to
Ouch.
gaslight her.
It's easy to what?
No, nothing.
I guess
nothing.
it is.
I'm saying the light for my gas tank is on. I must need to get more gas because I'm out.
Okay, we'll stop.
Yeah.
Boy, I need to stop this conspiracy and give people AIDS to cure them. So yeah, that's a lot of the movie. But she and Brecken, they go to like scene after scene. They go to like the mayor's office. I don't know why they go to
Then
the
they
mayor's.
reach the comptroller. Then they go. Eventually, they reach the president, who's also a
Yeah,
secret
eventually
trailer.
they reach the yeah, and then there's the secret Dracula fight within the Oval Office where he's flying around. It's also, I want to make it clear, it's the same fight.
It's the same fight every time. Yeah. He turns into a bat,
every
flies
single-
around.
Then he turns into just a flying Dracula form, which is clearly just a guy on Peter Pan wires.
Yeah.
Like being slowly held left and right while he somehow magically makes objects fly around the room.
I also think
And
I think they used fast motion for that too. Like they just fast forwarded it so it looked like he was flying faster.
Yeah, because it looks like he's just wobbling back and forth based
Yeah.
on regular inertia. But yeah, things come to a head after they kill the president and they're in jail. They're like we're never gonna get out of this. We're in maximum security prison in a male female cell.
Yeah.
And it's like, it also seems like they're in a prison in the bottom of the White House, which I think actually exists. I think there's like some sort of like Senate jail
Some sort of
or
dungeon.
something like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. No dragons though, unfortunately. But he's like, I have something to tell you. It might help us get out of here. And she's like, what? And he turns into a bat and flies to the other side of the bars.
She's so shocked. I mean, as well as she can be shocked as.
And she's like, enough clowning around. What did you have to tell me?
I'm a secret Dracula.
Oh, what?
I thought you could just turn
Oh,
into
right. I already knew those existed, but that's not cool.
I thought you could just turn into a bat. That's weird.
Yeah, I thought you were just a changeling, you dick.
Shouldn't play with a girl's heart like that.
Oh, but she wouldn't say dick. She would say you carrot.
You
head or
cod.
something.
No, shoot, that's too
cod
smart. That's
fish.
too smart of a word.
You cod.
You fish hound.
You fish face. Butthead.
You
Wait, what was that?
Winky.
The name of my 80s workout video?
You
Sexy butt? Thick
sexy butt.
Rock hard, rigid butt.
I forget.
But I forget it too. It's because of some sort of gas leak in the alternate dimension that causes us to forget lore. It's the audience doesn't have it though, so they can write that wiki for us anytime.
I'm sure they're doing it as we speak.
So so they have a really angry scene where he's like, she's like, you should have told me that she can't fight him or kill him because there's no wood in the area, and also they're behind. He's on the other side of the bars now.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have to tell you something. Your research is flawed. Not all secret Draculas are bad guys. Some Draculas are good, upstanding citizens who want to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
But like, his speech doesn't really make sense because like he's a con artist who's pretending.
I think he meant
he was a shitty guy even
Yeah.
as a Dracula.
I think he meant do as I say, not as I do, or like, you know, other people are actually not shitty. But he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about other people.
I think he's just trying to get her not to racial profile Draculas so much.
Maybe, but also, I mean, when you actually are a secret Dracula yourself, stupid.
Well, that's the other thing that doesn't make sense about the twist of this movie, and I mean we'll get to it. But the basically he leaves, and she thinks she's abandoned, but he comes back with one of the guards, and he's like drained their blood and turned them into a secret Dracula too.
Yeah,
and so he gets his new secret Dracula friend to open like to help her break out. And he's like, see, secret Draculas aren't all bad. What you need to do is focus your research on killing the actually bad secret Draculas.
I need to focus on the bad ones.
Which then prompts a scene when she gets back to her lab that's like her somehow rewiring the machine to focus it from good to bad.
Only bad ones, please.
And she like flips a switch like on the Krusty doll.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. It's set from good to evil.
Set to evil. Yeah.
Rise of the Wise Guys on that new Simpsons. That was great. But yeah, it's she's decided. I mean, it doesn't make sense why that would have to be scientific at all, because she could just make the conscious decision not to stake any people she didn't find evil. But whatever.
Well,
it also she's just killing vampires indiscriminately. She's not saving them at any point.
They're startled
because her fucking
it's
box
like,
doesn't work.
It's like when a bug scares you. You gotta smash it. It's scary.
Right. I mean, I'm not saying if either of us was a secret Dracula, I'm not saying I wouldn't be frightened as a human.
Right. No, if I was a
Foul
human, I'd be
human,
terrified
full
of a secret Dracula.
Miserable little pile of secrets.
Yeah. If I was a secret Dracula, I would be like, you know, I wouldn't feel overconfident all the time, right? I wouldn't feel worried.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, well, okay. So in the end, she realizes that that there's one. Or I guess I don't know if she realizes it or if she's just coerced by Breckin Meyer's character into believing that there is actually one guy who's like the leader of a sect or cult of vampires, who's like in charge of all the actually bad ones. But and it's also not clear what their secret plan is aside from making more people into. I guess that's it.
Making more vampires. I guess. Yeah. It's like Elon Musk trying to make us have kids.
And so she goes into like this cavern where they're all hiding. Elon Musk's kids. I just followed that. Okay, gotcha. Sorry for the delay on that.
No, you're good.
You know, sometimes the old secret brain doesn't
Hold for laughs.
Hold for laughs. It actually worked.
Hey,
you held it. It worked. It finally worked. So yeah, they go to this cave where the cult is, and like there's a throne, but she's like, I don't understand. Where's their leader? Oh wait, I should say that they sneak into the lab by dressing her up like a Dracula,
right?
Which was pretty funny.
It's
and they're like, who is this new sexy but beautiful Dracula?
They just go to Spirit Halloween to get the costume too, which I thought.
Yeah,
that's probably why Spirit Halloween is so popular in this dimension, because everybody's a secret Dracula and they need the costume.
Well, there was also that part where they're like, if you're really a Dracula, you'll know how to dance like a Dracula.
Yeah.
And then they play the monster mash and they all dance the entirety of the song.
Do the mash.
That was a little much.
I didn't even know there were dance moves to that song, if I'm being honest. But it makes sense. It's called the Monster Mash, but I couldn't tell you. I didn't know what it looked like till now.
Woo. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of like holding your hands up like a Dracula and just waltzing back and forth.
Yeah, it's
really lamely.
It's not a very good dance.
It's a terrible dance. It's not even cool, sexy blood sprinklers vampire dancing. It's just them like doing a line dance like they're at the Boot Scootin' Saloon at Jesuit Corporation in this universe.
Oh boy.
So they finally accept that she's allowed to walk the premises freely at the secret lair, and she's like goes up to the throne, the vampire throne. She's like, I don't get it. Where's the head vampire? And that's when Brecken sits in the fucking chair.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, didn't you know? I'm the secret Dracula.
And he says,
and then he becomes Dracula.
She goes, oh no! And he says, calm down. Join me, my queen. And she says, what?
Yeah, but that's when she's like, I don't have to join you, because I'm already a secret Dracula.
Yeah.
And then she also becomes...
She's also a secret Dracula, yeah.
Which doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. Why was she trying to...
Why did she spend the whole movie not using her Dracula powers? She could have gotten out of the jail cell herself.
I don't understand. But
then they fight anyway.
They fight anyway. Why are they fighting? They're on the same team. She just doesn't want to be,
because she still doesn't. She was convinced by him to only take out the bad secret Draculas, but he admitted his own plan to her that they were bad.
I thought she just didn't want to be his. I thought she just didn't want to be his queen. I didn't think it was.
I don't want to be a queen. I want to be a scientist.
That's what I thought. I don't.
And so they fight, but they end up just fucking instead. They fuck.
It's a weird
mid-air.
little fight that turns into fucking pretty quickly.
Yeah, and then
how does this have a G rating still? This doesn't make.
I don't understand.
There's no swearing, I guess.
Right, she's always saying "gosh," and we know they don't mind blood in this universe.
Yeah.
So, but then after they're making love, it just fades to 6 months later, and they're standing at City Hall.
Yeah,
and they're like. And they're doing this bit where they're all like, yes, now we can all agree that all of the secret Draculas have been disposed of.
Yeah.
And then everyone in the audience, who is clearly a secret Dracula,
all
is just like, yes, they're all gone. But it's like, who are they performing for?
Why?
They don't have to be secret.
You don't have to be. Yeah, it's not secret anymore when you're all fucking Draculas.
But they all like it being secret. They like doing their human day to day, and then suddenly becoming a secret. I don't know.
They don't want to lose the mystery of being. If everybody's a Dracula, it's not fun anymore. I get that. That's fun. Like if I was a secret Dracula and it turned out you were a secret Dracula, that'd be really boring.
It would really be no fun. It's more fun if one of us is and the other one has to deal with it. Not if we both are and have nothing to do.
Yeah, what are we gonna do?
It's just the show regularly.
It's just a regular.
That's how this movie. That's how this movie and not this episode really wrote itself into a hole right there. That's why it's not a great film, but it is a great episode that you loved.
Yeah.
So yeah, how would you rate this movie on a scale of 10 secret Draculas to 1,000? With 10 being 0.
10 being 0.
And 1,000
being
10.
1,000? Oh, okay.
No, 1,000 being 10. 1,000 being 10.
I guess
Not to make it confusing.
500-ish vampires?
Wow, that's breaks the scale.
It's not. No, what? That's like a 5, isn't it?
Oh. Great. Yeah, it's like 100 or something. I don't know.
Oh,
The scale was too confusing. The ballots were too confusing. Yeah, I would give it a 10 out of 10. Perfect suggestion by whoever wrote this one. And yeah,
a little biased. It's almost like something a secret vampire would say if they would.
No, I would never do that. Oh shit!
What is that?
I think I hear those robots back outside.
Hey, have you checked in this little room yet? No, I don't like little rooms. They are small and confining. Okay, let's go the other direction then. I want to respect your boundaries. Thank you for respecting my robot human boundaries. Your ass looks cute. Thank you.
Huh. Okay, it seems like they're narrowing it down,
What?
but we might not have much longer to
They
hide
don't
in
like
here before
rooms? We'll just hide in a room.
All right, let's just get out of here. Let's go back to our dimension. Eventually they'll go away.
Yeah,
I
they'll
feel
leave.
like
They'll
they
leave
can't-
if we're not here, right?
They'll run out of blood at some point. Just like I often do as a well, we should probably end the episode soon.
Yeah, let's end
So
the episode.
thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing, and we love you very much. And yeah, join us next time for the very next Draculated, carbonated, fantastic potato. I don't know. I lost it.
You lost it.
See you later,
Bye.
guys.
That's a funny laugh. Got a funny laugh. Ah, Shark Tank.
Eerie sight, for my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash from my laboratory in the